And finally out of quarantine. Joking. Just heading towards my apartment for my last week, my 4th week of quarantine. And again, we drive for about an hour to get to Hangzhou Airport. I've had this wisdom tooth that's been growing since my 2nd week of quarantine, and my gum is bulging out. I've had pain so bad that I can't even floss my teeth. So the first thing I need to do when I'm out of quarantine is to find a dentist to get this out. Apparently we had got here too early, so we had to wait here for another hour before being able to enter the airport. First Western restaurant I've seen in 3 weeks. It feels so weird to be out after being trapped inside for 3 weeks, surrounded by so many people. So we now have to get a ticket from Hangzhou to Beijing, which is another process in itself, checking in again and waiting for a few minutes before getting back on the plane. 2 of us from the hotel couldn't get on the plane because the green code hadn't appeared on time. I'm just spending the last few days going over the phrase 我不是中国人,我是韩国人, which means I am not Chinese, I am Korean. My workplace organised a private taxi driver to pick me up, and because I still don't have a bank account or a SIM card, that's the first place we go before being trapped again for another week. And here is the entrance to my apartment. My workplace pleasantly surprised me with so many presents. Some flowers, crisps and cash. Not that I'll be using any in my last week. And some deliveries that I'd ordered before coming here. So that's the living room. And then there's a toilet with a shower which looks pretty big for one person. And a fridge already filled with some food. And there's even a guest room for my non-existent guest for this week. And my bedroom, so spacious. And I'm just so glad to be out of the hotel. And no more hotel food, no more chicken feet, and finally I can order some burgers and pizzas whilst I'm in my last week of quarantine. and my first morning at my apartment spent with the new season of You. And my IKEA delivery has arrived with all my kitchen utensils and homely stuff. And my breakfast with some cornflakes that someone sent from work, which tasted like nothing. I'm about to cook some lunch and the stove is not working. I asked my agent and they say the repairman cannot come until I have finished my quarantine, which is in a week. Are you joking? The prison life still continues with some sort of magnet to monitor I'm not going out. Luckily, the problem was to do with some battery that had to be replaced for the stove. So here is me cooking some spaghetti, one of my favourite meals that I used to eat when I lived out in London. And whilst that's cooking, hanging my new clothes that I've bought from IKEA and JD. I bought the wrong colander from JD and it's not doing its job. Oh well, I have too much spaghetti anyway. And I found my new favourite Japanese restaurant, which is just downstairs from where I live. So getting my deliveries to survive quarantine. I'm not usually this clumsy, but I keep cutting my skin instead of the food. To be honest, I don't have that much at home, but making use of the eggs, the toast, and the things that they've put in my fridge for the last week of quarantine so that I'm not getting deliveries for every single meal. And I made the mistake of ordering Chinese after having 3 weeks of it, and it looks so different to the picture, so not ordering from that restaurant again. China being China, I was supposed to be released on Friday so that I could go to the bank and get my bank account and also go to the dentist, but it did not appear until the evening of Friday. So all my plans had to be rescheduled, and now as it was a Saturday, the bank is closed, so I need to wait another 2 weeks to create my bank account, as I need to hand in my passport to renew my visa first.